Oh, I don't think I'm on the first page either ways. Good evening, everyone. Hey, where's Jace?
Hey,
Hey, there he
you
is.
can hear me, but you can't see me.
um, so Jace, Bryant just wrote something in the chat. You want to see what he's saying there? Is that making
Bryant
sense?
did.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, he
like
wrote in
the
our group chat.
chat,
Hey,
like the
everyone, what's going on?
comments.
Sorry, we're just
Oh, in the
sorting out a couple. Yeah, Jace too short to make it into frame. We got him a box to stand on. Um, So we are back. Sorry, we had a little audio issue. I only have half my gear unpacked, so I was trying to solve it with half of the number of solutions. But I think we got it all sorted out. We're running the Rodecaster. Let me know how it sounds for you guys. I have the microphone in a slightly different place here tonight. Not a long show, but I think it's just going to be as exciting. Just full disclosure, we will be covering all the new Legion stuff next week. I want to get a chance to look at some more stuff so I can form a stronger opinion about things, and who knows, we'll have maybe some more reveals before then. So that is going to be next week. So we got too much to talk about from the weekend. That was so many things to talk about. And then we got some reports from Anthony too. He'll probably have a thing or two to say. But and we'll talk about our league that's also upcoming. As I know most people are super excited. I am super excited. Let's give shout outs to who we have in chat here, Jason. We got B Smith, Canadian Bear, Pally, Stan, Aaron, Phoenix. Hey, Brian, what's going on? And Anthony Allen checking
yep.
in. Good
Other
evening.
Anthony.
Yep. The other Anthony, the more famous Anthony. And we got
Yep.
JD checking in from St. George, Utah. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about this last week in Legion. So that'd be last weekend. I think that's where most of us had some things, but I think a lot of Legion was played in our group challenge here. So maybe at the end, some people have some things to say about that, or along the way. We're going to talk about Friday Night Fights, which is not happening tonight, so it's not a show and a fight. We'll just do the show tonight. We'll get back to fights probably next week. We have lots of fights to talk about, so that's good. And then I didn't grab any screenshots of the weekend. There's 16 hours of video, so I figured you guys could go check that. Really hard to grab the best screenshots. There were so many good games. We'll talk about those. I didn't play any games, but I watched
Oh
lots.
yeah.
So, and then the new league pods, of course, we have that, and then the Dallas Open. And I think we might go in the reverse order. I think we might talk about the new league pods so that we can have lots of smack talk going on in the chat, and then we'll get to Dallas because there's so many good things. We're gonna pull Pally in at the end, and then that way we can get him at the end, and we don't have to jump around. And then that'll probably be the show. It'll be fun, super fun. So Jace, you didn't go to Dallas, but did you play any games, or were you
No,
done
I
all your
didn't.
games before we went?
I was done all my games before we went. I was done all my games pretty early on in the league. I think I was done by the second week, but no, I just watched a bunch of the games in Dallas. All of them were really good games.
Well, and you
It was a fun time.
and you casted with me.
Yes, I did. I got to cast one. I got to beat Anthony on stream for 2.5 hours. That was fun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Well, usually you're losing to him, so it's. I mean, at least you didn't take the L there.
Well,
So
exactly right.
yeah. What?
Oh,
Yeah. You
exactly.
did game 5 with me or game 6? No. Which game did you
I
do with
did
me?
game 5,
Yeah. Right.
and then I
5.
was there for the first bit of game 6.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah, game
That
5.
was when Anthony was playing. Who was he playing in that one? That was the one he was playing against. I'm
He
trying
was
to remember what
he was
game
playing the
5 is.
Yoda list. He was the Yoda.
Oh,
He was
right.
playing against Yoda, Chewie,
Oh,
and
yes.
Vaps,
Yeah, Vap. 2 back-to-back games
and
for
we were
Vaps. That's
super
right.
worried that he wasn't going to kill a unit.
That is true. Hardly anything died. Then he got Chewy right at the end there. So that was
Yeah.
the points difference. So yeah, those barks were kind of split up. I think Anthony was lucky that he didn't go all in on one. So yes, thank you, Stan. Stan, who watched all 6 games and on with me all weekend, which was fantastic. So Bernard saying
Oh,
Jace loses
Stan
to
was the
no one,
man
no
there.
one, nothing. Jace is a winner. He is the winner. Um,
Oh,
wow,
you bet.
Bernard is really pumping up that Jace fan club. So yeah, so we have lots of games. We'll talk about all those. We'll kind of roll those into our Dallas Open because that kind of was the week that was in Legion. And then Friday Night Fights, as I said, we'll get back. I wanted to talk about a little bit about some Friday Night features. Let's not be rude and get Anthony in here. Hey, it's Anthony. Anthony, can you hear us?
Hey guys.
Hey, there we go.
I can. Yep.
Yeah, so I had some good feedback come in from Travis after the weekend. I was not even landed, and he already had all the things that I needed to work on for the stream. So one of them was just adding a bit of splash to the dice tray. I want to talk a little bit about that. So we fully intended to run the dice app, but then some players wanted to know if they could have dice, and I wasn't there to take away anyone's play experience. So I did bring stuff to rig up a dice cam, and I just ended up doing that and then just leaving it. I didn't. I had the iPad free, and that gave me a device, but we didn't have any logoing or anything like that done. But the intent is to actually just put a foam. We're going to make the dice box a little bit bigger, probably go a 9-inch square. That was a little rectangular there, just to give us a bit more play space. We can also frame the picture-in-picture to a square, which will be nice. And I think we're just going to do a Friday Night Fights logo in the bottom. So that is one of the nice features that we'll add. We'll test that out on Friday Night Fights, obviously. Another thing I was thinking about was people were really asking about the overlays for the deployments. We normally do those on Friday Night Fights, but one of the things, and Anthony can attest, I had about maybe 9 or 10 minutes between rounds to get all the information. Like, players were announced and they were at the table going in 10 minutes. I was unable to get any of the information early. So I did all of the things that you saw that were personalized in 10 minutes. So I had to make some cuts. And so getting the information on the stream about what the deployment was versus getting the overlay on there for the deployment was just a sacrifice. But we'll continue to do that just so people know. Additionally,
on top of that, you had the Age of Sigmar judging booth right beside it, and the camera was getting kicked like nonstop all weekend. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I had to go adjust that several times. It was easy to adjust, but yeah, and I didn't have any runners. It was just me at the booth, so I was literally a proverbial one-man show, minus the guys that were helping me out, of course, casting. So not to take away, but they were unable to physically help me with anything. So, yeah. And then another thing I was thinking about just experimenting with is actually putting some range bands on units that I can actually move around the table. I'm not trying to do a TTS where everything will have a range band up all the time, but there was a couple moments when it would have been really great for me in the booth to kind of know and judge distances that the players didn't know I was having a look at, not to telegraph that. So I think I'm going to experiment with adding some range bands to some of the units. So you guys watching, and unbeknownst to the players, you can actually kind of see rough range bands, unofficial range bands, of course. So I'm going to test out some of those new features for sure. So, but I think audio worked great. It was nice. We were able to remote in, and I think Jace can speak. He was able to see. I mean, he saw everything that I saw because I was unable to see the table at all. I looked at the back of a white banner for the better part of the weekend. Occasionally I came around. Anthony sometimes brought me some water on the backside, so Travis as well. So that was good. Yeah, but it was super fun. But we'll of course take any feedback you guys have in the wilds there. If you saw the streams, if you had any things that you'd like to see in the future, we'll certainly add that. So, Pally with a reminder in chat. If you haven't sent in your round 2 list, Anthony, please do so by the end of today. If you want to play, I think I counted up 30 lists in there, so we are pretty close to getting them all in. So yeah, so that's just some of the things that we're going to add for Friday Night Fights. And as I say, we'll be back regular time doing the whole thing. So we're hoping to build on that momentum and get lots of people back in our chat and contributing. So don't forget about sending those lists if you want us to try something or anything like that. We want to definitely talk about that. So. And we'll give a weekly update on the Friday Night Fights cast as well as to how the standings are doing. We'll do that on Tuesdays and Fridays as games are played. So, all right, I'll let these guys give a little rip here. Jace, want to give us Chase is not even there. Where's this guy anyway? Jace, you want to give us a rip on the social medias? How do people find us?
Yeah, you bet. So you can check out our Facebook at Star Wars Legion Friday Night Fights. We will be posting there more and more frequently, as well as on our Twitter and Instagram at Legion_FNF. And if you like what you see and you also like cool terrain stuff, definitely check out our Patreon at TheTerrainStudio.
Yeah, you bet. I actually filmed an update for the Patreon before I left for Dallas, but I ill-timed packing all my gear and then realizing I don't have a computer to edit that on. So I have the footage I'm going to edit tomorrow, and then I'm going to film another one because I actually did an update on the wall. So I'm going to work on some more tomorrow. So I'll put an update tomorrow, and then I'll film another update tomorrow, and I'll put that out at the end of the week. So you'll get 2 updates this week to make up for the one I missed, and then I'll have a few more. So that's coming up. But don't forget that the Patreon is also supporting our platform to allow us to live stream each week. So it's now paying for just basically our service to do this. So nobody's getting paid, and we're not doing anything in relation to that, but it does help us not have to pay it out of pocket for all the things. So B. Smith wants to publicly shame Anthony and Jace for being out of uniform. I appreciate that.
So I have a good excuse.
There's no good excuse.
I'm not at home.
So
I'm not at home. I'm house sitting, or more so dog sitting.
Did
the in-laws' dog?
Did you leave a home that had this shirt in it at some point?
I did when it was in the wash.
Then there's no good excuse. So what, you wash?
And my excuse is this was a Dallas Open stream.
Yeah.
So I wore a Dallas Open shirt.
Yeah, we're gonna slide over to the card sleeves here because I think I did drop. Oh no, I dropped Jason there. Let's slide to the tokens first then. There, Anthony is at least halfway representing where we were. And also Brian says that's not a good excuse. That's just an excuse. So that's a valid point. So all right, Jace, we're gonna come back to you for the card sleeves. But Anthony, how eager are we to get these tokens in hand to test drive them?
I am dying for these things. I can't wait. Those are beautiful.
Yeah, they're gonna look good. I think we
sexy.
should time these with the mall release. So
yes, those will be amazing.
Yeah, these are I'm looking forward to them. So many people, I will tell you this, guys, so many people who missed out on the jerseys were asking us, when's the next run? Are you guys doing another run? Can I get a jersey? So I might have to break down. I don't know if I'm going to do the same, though. I was thinking about doing like an inverse red version, just so that people who already have them, if they want to get another one, don't feel like
shut up and take my money.
Yeah, that's what Ben said. He's like, I'll begrudgingly send money for whatever one we do next. So it's not about that.
I'll be cursing you out as I send the e-transfer.
Yeah, it was really cool having everyone walking around in the jerseys at Dallas. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah, I even seen a guy named Sean Morris playing out there on the tables round one as I lent out my extra. So we got Michael Hammond checking in chat. Michael should be here. He has guests visiting his home, unless his visitors are also listening to the podcast, in which case, welcome. So we will get these up. Like I said, now we're back. We got a little bit of reprieve. Dallas was a big prep for me. I was pleased with how it went and how it worked, and I have so many stories to tell when we get there. So card sleeves, Jace. I will say there's no pricing yet, but they did send me an email, and so I'm just back and forth with these guys right now. So many people asking when these were coming out. They're coming out. Don't panic. As I said, we're going to do those through our Patreon, just as a Patreon. Again, we don't sell anything. We just give stuff away. That's where it's going to be. So if you guys are looking for these, they're coming. We didn't forget anyone. I'm looking forward to these.
Me too. They look awesome.
Much. So, yeah. Michael wants to know his pod. All right, Michael. All right. We'll get there. So yeah. So just stay tuned on all this stuff, guys. We're back. We got some time. We got to get going. We also have to plan for Gen Con, Jace.
Yes. We need to do that right away.
All right. Patreon update. I already gave you that. Basically, like I said, it'll come out tomorrow. It's filmed. It just needs to be edited. And then the next one will come out. I think the wall's looking really good. You guys are going to love it. Yeah. Oh, I need to tell a small story about this. I'll jump back so we can get live reactions here. So, because I don't think maybe I told you, Jace, but I didn't tell the people. Anthony knows.
No, I think you told just me.
Oh, did I tell you?
You told me.
Oh, okay. And I told Anthony. I'll tell the people. So anyway, the wall that's up here was intact as I was building it, but the wall now looks like it's been shot like many times. And so I had brought Zuri down to have a look at the wall, and she likes to come down and knock on the scary door, and I pretend that a monster's coming out of it. It's the thing we do. I do the same thing for Jace, just the reaction's different. So, but so Zuri was down here knocking on the wall, and she didn't notice, and so I lifted her up and I showed her the damage, and I said, "What happened?" And she looked all shocked, and then so I said, "Did you do that?" And then she looked at me all serious and was like, "No, I didn't do that." I said, "Who did that?" And without skipping a beat, she looked at me. She goes, "Anthony." And I was like, "Oh, that Anthony." So now we just blame Anthony for that. And when we were away, we tried to convince her it was Jace, but I think I ended up with the blame.
I break the terrain. Anthony breaks your house. We're even.
I will tell you, I am definitely pre-programming the Roadcaster with a cracking tree and falling tree sound that I will play each and every time Jace drops a tree. So starting on Friday Night Fights. So yeah, so you heard it here first. It was Anthony. Anthony broke it. So yeah, Anthony, I think got a more of a greeting at the airport than I did when I got home. It was sufficiently awkward.
Yeah.
So yeah.
She just came running to me and
yeah, she was.
That's because I wasn't there, boys.
Very
That's because I wasn't there.
Very, very excited. So, well, if you're just joining us for the first time and you think that's how our podcast is always, it is. But we also do another thing on Friday Night Fights, each and every Friday, 8:30 CST. So we go a bit later on Fridays, just on the time zone difference. We will it'll remain at that time until we switch back, and then we go back to 7:30. So for right now, it is 8:30. Starting next week, we'll be back at it, I believe. So look for that. We want to thank all of our sponsors real quick before we get into the reveals. So, hey, if you're not checking them out already, go check out Dice Time. That's our affiliated podcast. They are a great listen. I think they just dropped a new episode, so go have a look and a listen for that. We also want to thank Gamers Grass for all the giveaway items that they give, both here and to the Train Studio. We want to definitely thank Deep Cuts Studios gaming mats. They're represented on our sleeve and on our table, so we want to thank them greatly. On our table, speaking of, we have Legion Terrain. They're always willing to give us some new items to preview. We got a couple tables, actually 3 full sort of tables of their terrain, and we do rotate that in and out, as well as the Deep Cut Studios terrain. Who else do we need to thank? Well, we might as well thank the Terrain Studio. That's where we play each and every week. You guys can support the Terrain Studio by going to the Terrain Studio on Patreon, or if you want to donate another way, you can check out or send some fundage to the Terrain Studio 2019 at gmail.com. You can also support through the Patreon. That's just another way to do it. We do appreciate all the folks that have already taken advantage of that as well. You guys were instrumental in getting us to Dallas Open. Who wasn't was the TSA, but I'll talk about that when we get there. And last and not least, Phoenix Games out of Australia. Bryant co-hosting for us with Dallas and often on the Friday Night Fights. Check them out online. They are out of Australia, but I'm sure he would take care of you if you needed an item and you were not in Australia. All right, and of course, Michael, who is hanging out in chat, tellmetheodds.net. If you want to figure out if you're rolling average, I can tell you, but if you want to figure it out for yourself, you can just go and calculate the odds. All right, guys, I'm going to jump back here real quick, building some suspenses. We have 19 people. Sound off in chat if you are waiting for the pods to be announced. So as we're waiting for people to chime in, we have 9 pods running with 37 players. I think we just lost a few, but we gained a few more. Lost a few, gained a few. And going into round 2, all the standings are up. I don't have the standings posted. I will do that next week. Give you guys a running total of that. I did post it so you guys can roughly see the order on there. But we did conclude round 1. Finished it up. I think it was super fun. Blue picking picking map wasn't as pivotal as first thought. So we'll leave that running. Because actually Red was doing better.
Yeah, I think Red won more games.
We didn't announce the maps, and we purposely did that because we want the lists in first. So get your lists in. We are going to do for those 6 people, one of which is on here, gaining an advantage, going to know his pod before he submits the list. But we'll slap him with some sort of artificial penalty, as is the case with our league. Anthony, that's it. You have 3 hard warning points out of possible 17, so you've been warned. So yeah, we are going to reveal these, and then you guys will get access probably a little later on tonight. Give Pally and Canadian Bear a little bit of chance to, or Sean, I forget who's doing that part. They'll grant you access, and then you'll go into your new chat channel. All of the channels have been archived, but they are all cleaned out. So you will be starting afresh with your new crew. Are you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so they're artificially named A through I, but the names are going to be the names of the groups that you'll go to. I don't think very many people are in the same one, but please note you are in a new group, but we did use a lot of the same ones. Oh, get it set live. All right, so Pally is going to, so we'll stay on these for a little bit. And now we know some of the players, which is great, so we can talk a little bit more about it. Let's do it. All right, here we go. Group A, GM Smithers, S Parks. That does not look like the, hold on. That is definitely not right. Already messed up. First one.
I was like, this is round one. No.
Nope. That is not correct. Not correct. Scratch that. Let me go. Maybe this is Group A. That looks like a Group A.
There we go.
Let me just skip to Group B real quick. Okay, I think I just missed Group A. Okay. Let me turn this one off. There we go. There's the new Group A. Sorry, my bad. Coruscant. We have J.D. Nielsen, Gladiator. We have Sean Death. We have Psych Dog. Really Psych Dog, but it's Psych Dog from now on. And Splash Cola. So Travis is in here. Anthony's in here. Sean's in here. And J.D. in here. Group A.
I got J.D. again.
This is there's got some potential in this group, Chase.
Yeah, this is a good
group.
Yeah, this is a
especially
good group.
Now that there's the J.D. Anthony rivalry going on too.
Now, just to be very clear, the top 4 groups, A through D, are our 16 highest finishers, pulling 2 from every group. So these folks in the first 4 groups were the ones that did find some success within their group. Now, the idea is now these 16 beat up on each other, and 8 of them are going back down, and 8 to 10 from the other groups are going to be going up. So we're always in flux up and down. So whether you can stay up there or not, that is the question. So I'm not sure if any of these folks are in chat or not, but Anthony, you are currently I think at the top of the pile with 10 points. Three wins and 3 games plus 1 bonus for playing all your games.
You know this league is rigged when Sean and Anthony put themselves at the top.
Okay, we put ourselves at the top by winning games. So yeah,
I didn't put myself anywhere.
Yeah,
I just play.
Yeah, this is some Dallas collusion here, I see.
Yeah, it's called Get Good, Jace. It's called Get Good. So yeah, Sean Death's up there. Pally, sorry, not Pally. Anthony and Splash Cola's up. Oh, Sean Death is me scared. Oh, he is in chat. So Sean,
it's okay.
Feel free to
it's
start.
Okay, Sean. Anthony's a teddy bear.
Yeah. League Gate, V Smith says here. So there you have it. That is your Coruscant group. Group A. Get at it. You guys are leading the way here. So yeah, I mean it's not a thing unless you hashtag that B Smith, just so you know. So all right, I'm
solid group for sure.
What's that? Sorry, Anthony.
That's a solid group for sure.
Yeah, I mean there's
Travis, Sean, and JD.
Yeah, some questionable suspects in there, but it looks like it's going to be some good battles in there. So yeah, and we don't know what Anthony's playing because he didn't submit his list yet. So so. Oh, there we go. Anthony, I'm here in time to take Anthony down. All right. I like it. The trash is already starting.
Sean, I'm here to hand out free wins, proceeds to play triple Ion Spider.
Is there a problem, Aaron? Aaron, can you just wait to trash talk me until you see my group? It's much better that way. There's V Smith with the hashtag. So, yeah, and Anthony, there's Pally saying, remember, folks, half of everybody who made it up last round is getting knocked down at the end of this. So we're up and down. Oh, Travis is in. All right, we got all the Coruscant in here. Pop in and see my name.
Yeah, they're all here.
There we go. All right, we're gonna move on to Group B, and we can come back and we'll certainly have the round table. So feel free to call in and give us all your predictions at the end here. So, all right, Group B, because I want to keep it to 1 hour, 30 minutes today. So I'll get through this, then we'll get Dallas open, then we'll do call-in. So, all right, Group B, Dagobah. We got MWL Rambo. So we got Paul in there. Dan from Down Under. Debaticus. Oh, and then S Parks. Okay, let me go. Oh, yes. So I had S Parks was in the initially wrong groups first. But, yes, so here's Stan in here. We got Paul, Dan, and Debaticus. Debaticus, his whole group, I think, if I remember correctly, like I think it was Debaticus, maybe Coca-Zula, and one other in that group was just like, I think they all had like 8 points or 7 points. Like they all beat up on each other, played all their games, and got a ton of points. So 3 people, I think, I ended up advancing out of that group because we didn't do any ties. So perfect. Pally's got them. So I know that Stan was already in chat. Paul's probably not in here tonight, but yeah, this looks like another solid group. Like I said, a lot of them did very, very well. So I didn't play. Did any of you guys have any of these guys in your group round one, Anthony, or?
Nope.
Nope.
No, none in mine.
My counterpart's already in my group again.
Oh, because it was you and JD. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, you guys had that tough bombing run match.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right, with the Fluttercraft. By the way, folks, let us know in chat. We talked about it a lot in Dallas, like quite a few people. And we want to thank Stryker for running those live streams. Those live streams where we can just jump in and chat are so fun. I
love those.
Yeah,
those
I
are
hope
so much fun.
they continue. So if you guys, I think we'll just put up a little like looking for a streamer channel just in case people can live stream. You don't have to cast. It's like there's enough people in there with commentary to keep it fun. So so looking forward to that. So there we go. Group B, Dagobah. All right, let's have a look at Group C. Okay, here we go. Endor group. We got Ben from Dice Time. Ain't No Poser, Kraith, and Bobby Sapphire. Let me throw an asterisk on here real quick. What are you gonna say, Jace? Go ahead.
Ryan made it up here. Throw him back down to the bottom.
Let me throw an asterisk out here real big. Ain't No Poser and Kraith were the only two in their group, I believe, if I looked at it correctly, to play a game. Therefore, they were the only ones to get points, and they technically advance because they're the top two. So I didn't want to change the rules, but it seems that Ryan has somehow asterisked his way into the top again.
I think we just create what's called the Ryan rule, and we just throw Ryan back down.
Well, I mean, Ben and Bobby Sapphire and Kraith are going to have something to say about that. So we'll let the
that's fair. They'll beat up on him and send him back down. It's
exactly.
All good.
And if they don't, we'll do it verbally here. So never mind. Chad
Michael,
is already starting to get to it. We like Michael. So we got Ben representing. Oh, Ben E. Smith, League Gate 2. There we go. I like it. So, God, yeah. So, wow, so much shade already being thrown in here. So Ben's in here. Bobby Sapphire. Bobby Sapphire was, I think, either streaming or talking about one of his games on his channel as well. So he asked to sort of, talk about that and share. We're all for that reciprocal content sharing. All good. I know Kraith had a pretty busy weeks in the first round, but good on him to get a game in and get Ryan a game there. So they did play a game. I believe Ryan did pull that one out. And then Ben, he had a very successful time. I think he's tied with you, Jace, right now for points. I think at 8 maybe.
Yep. We both went 2-1.
Yeah. So that is that's good for him. Ben was very happy with his success, and we're happy to see him up in the Endor group, Group C, and then Pelly's got that. So there's the Endor group. So remains to be seen if Ryan can get multiple games in here. All right, the last of the top groups, the upper groups. Oh, hey, look, it's me and Jace. Yes. All right. So then Biggin and
Sean,
Coca-Zula are in
quick
there,
question. Are we just going to do our game live on a Friday Night Fights?
I don't think I have most of the models in my list assembled, so no.
That sounds like a you problem.
You'd have to borrow my CIS army.
No, I'm not even running CIS. Thank you very much, boys and girls.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I'm running, just because I'm...
and I'll tell you what I'm running right after Sean does.
All right.
You'll laugh.
Oh, Michael says, you're welcome. So hashtag Civil War, Canadian Bear. All right, so here's what I'm running, Jace. It's like a throw together, like just a hodgepodge. So what I'm running is Iden ID10. I'm running triple ISF, 1 Inferno, 2 ISF.
Whoa, no way.
I'm running triple Dewbacks. With
that's actually what I'm running too.
And
I hate you guys.
Yeah, then I'm running a stormtrooper, one shore and one mortar, for 10x. So you'll be fine, buddy.
Okay.
As
Here.
long as I get the tax strike off, we'll
I'll
be
give
good.
you the cheese.
All right,
Here's
what
the
do you got?
cheese. Pally knows because I came up with this morning and I was like, yep. So I'm running CIS, but I'm not
Okay.
running any of the good stuff.
Okay. I like this. But by the way, CIS is all good. But go.
I'm running Grievous.
He's awesome.
He is, but he's definitely the worst of like the 4 commanders besides the T series.
He's not awesome. I can assure you he's not awesome.
I voted to have Grievous banned. By the way, as a
I've got
as a
Grievous.
soft ban.
I've got a T series,
Yep.
Vigilance and Direct.
Yeah, I can't wait to melee that with a dewback. One shot.
Yeah, right. I've got 2 naked B1s,
Yeah, I'm gonna one shot tax strike those. Yep.
3 worker B1s,
Yeah, they're gonna die.
and then I've got 3 Magnas.
Yeah, I'll just leave them alone.
But they all have the whip.
Oh yeah, that was gonna one shot them totally.
Yeah, I brought triple whips.
Wicked. Yeah, you can just whip my dewbacks.
And I really wish I had the impact now that I have to play dewbacks.
Well, I mean, you are playing Biggin and Kokazula, so remember you have to lose to 3 different people. So I already told you how I'm gonna beat you. I'll let them decide. So nice. Whip is real good. Pally says so.
Yeah,
nice,
Pally,
nice.
triple whips.
He's
Dude.
playing the errata version Grievous that carries 3 bombs. Oh,
Carlos, have you seen Revenge of the Sith? Grievous is the 3 bombs.
so I'm looking forward to Hoth. It is going to be cold, real cold.
Oh yeah, we
as
just
they
got
say.
away from that here.
Yeah, exactly. But back to Hoth we go. So really, truthfully looking forward. And I have not played Biggin or Kokazula ever. So
No, me neither.
that's cool. So no, but Jace, back to your earlier question, we can probably get some stuff assembled and probably have that.
Oh yeah.
Play that game here. So immobilize a dewback and just shoot it to death. Is that with the naked
yeah.
B1s or with the worker B1s?
To shoot it to death?
Yeah.
Dude, it's I just roll crits, right?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You do have 3 Magna Guards, so that'll be fun. So
I do. I just have no ranged attacks, which is the bad thing.
yeah, I'm. Oh wait, I'm all ranged attack. Yeah, so yeah, you're in
Yeah.
rough shape there, buddy. All right, moving on to Group E. So as Pally pointed out, half of the people in Group D will be heading back down to the bottom. So get good.
Yeah.
Nah, Jace will probably die. He'll probably roll nothing but blocks in those Magna Guards. So that'll be.
We'll see.
He'll pull in Anthony. So, all right, let's move on to Group E. Group E is Camino. You'll note that this group has 5. We had 1 extra late addition, and we're really open here. And James said he may or may not get all the games in. So I thought, let's just give a group. This has a few, like I said, new folks in here. So we thought we'd get some extra games in. I don't think it's going to make or break the league, and I'd much rather people play games than miss out. So Group E, our fullest of the groups, it's the only group with 5, is James C., Loki 051, Striker 911, Chronic Canuck, and Mr. Witty 82, who I think is new and also in chat. So yeah, there we go, Jacob Witt right there. And yeah, like I said, Jacob, no worries about that. We wanted to get you in. And
Glad to have you aboard.
Yeah, for sure. So I know Stryker was doing a bunch of casting and wanted to really step it up this round. So looking forward to seeing who emerges out of this Camino group. So we'll advance the top 2 unless we have a tie, in which case we're just going to push all the ties up to the top. So because we don't have any real tiebreakers. So there is Group E Camino. Let's slide over to Group F. F is Kashyyyk. OS Dad, who was asking if we're going to have a show tonight, so hopefully he's here. We got Bobster117, Canadian Bear is here, and Sheldon. So Sheldon actually opted to go down to give us a top on the an even on the top. Sheldon would have also advanced in his group, which also played very few games. So he graciously said to balance it out. I had it balanced, and then we added Jacob, which I was also fine with. So that's why we have an uneven on the bottom as opposed to on the top. But that is going to be our Kashyyyk group there. So Canadian Bear is chat. He's saying, let's go. Bobster and OS Dad in there as well. Be interesting to see how this group makes out. So I I always love seeing the chatter. So there we go. Anthony Allen's in there. OS Dad is in. All right, perfect. Well, Anthony, that is your group. Make note, Canadian Bears there. Feel free to start the trash talk at any point. All right, Group G, Naboo. This one's got some notable characters in it. So some new folks, some folks who just missed the cut. And Pally decided he's going to come out of the wings and get in there. So we thought we'd give Michael, the freebie win and put Pally into his group. So we got Michael on top. We have Pally, we have the Calico Kid, and we got Sketchy Mortars, who was at the Dallas Open with us. So that is the group there. So newsflash, Pally probably playing Gar. Just pointing that out. Don't know what Michael's
Bring all your
playing.
peers, everybody.
Yeah. Calico Kid and Sketchy Mortars. Did any of you guys have any of these folks in your groups going through?
I did not have either of them, but I've played Sketchy Mortars twice before in IL. Yeah.
No wins. You didn't see my list. Well, fair enough, Michael. I'm just going to point out, Pally responds well to getting diced. So if you can just dice him, he'll be fine. Triple Fluttercraft. So Michael will be Owen. Just kidding. I think the Fluttercrafts are good. Michael, are those Fluttercrafts with Bombardiers or Fluttercrafts with the Bowcaster?
With the donut guns? Because you got to do donuts
good.
to fire.
Yeah.
Bowcaster good, Bombardier not good.
It's jury's still out, so that's my best play. Yeah, there, fair enough. And Pally and Sketchy Mortars, Michael Larson getting a rematch with Pally, with Sketchy Mortars taking the original matchup in Dallas. Okay, running the bombs, Anthony. All right. Well, Michael, I look forward to hearing the redux on that. So, granted, we did see an Air Force list in Dallas, and
I was about to say, Michael, you only brought half the Air Force. What's wrong with you?
You didn't run the 2 lats with it. Disappointing.
Yeah, where's the other half of the Air Force?
He didn't have it assembled for TTS, so
apparently.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to the matchups here in Group G, Naboo. All right. I think we got 2 left. All right. Tatooine, Group H. We got Blast Ronin. So I'm not sure if this is like a straight up I'm going against Ronin, the 48th Ronin. But we got Blast Ronin, Emmanuel. We got GM Smithers, and I think is it Ganatato? I think that's maybe how you say it. So Emmanuel was in round 1. I'm not sure if he got too many games in. GM Smithers did get some games in. I'm not sure how many. Ganatato, I think, is new, and Blast Ronin, I think is also new for us in the league.
Unless Blast Ronin is 48th Ronin, and he just changed his Discord name.
He did?
I mean, it could be.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if he did or not. So
we'll see if we see him pop up later on.
Yeah, no, for sure. So this looks like Smithers is in 2. Oh, he is? He's in 2 groups?
I didn't see him in another group.
Me neither.
Okay, he's not in
it's
that
a
group.
Different Ronin. What is this?
No, I don't think. I think maybe he was in the very first one when he had last.
Oh yeah, that I had
last
accidentally
round.
posted. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, because I think I had that.
Yeah.
I get that right.
Yeah, no, I think this is good.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think 2 groups. I think we're good.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
fake
Okay,
group
good.
A.
All right, you
Fake group A.
had me freaked out there for a second. Yeah. Sorry, that was just the error on the one overlay. So okay, so GM Smithers, Ganatato, Emmanuel, and Blast Ronin, of which is a new. We discovered there are two different folks. So there you go. So that is Tatooine. So that's nice that we got a couple new folks in there. So we're looking forward to their success in there, and then we'll see if we can get some folks moving to the top. Well, no less than 2 are going to be moving up for sure. So unless they all don't play any games, that is the only reason I will not advance people to the top. If your group plays nothing, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think we've sorted out the folks that couldn't make it, and a few people stepped out for this round 2. Perfectly fine. We ask if you started that you play as many games as possible. If you need to step out around, just let us know. Just don't re-sign up, and then we'll get back in. So, pre-Shadow Collective Mall. Okay, fair enough. GM Smithers revealing his list, or at least a component. And last but not least, there we go. 48th Ronin. There's the 48th Ronin there. We got Birdland Fan 88. And Birdland was also finished quite well. He was in your group, Jace?
Yes, he was in my group.
Yeah, so you guys really beat up on each other there. So so some of the folks finished with a good amount of points, but still were not the top two. So they either went up and down, and in some cases I just had to pick. And then we have the Dark Knight one, and then J Rod is in here. So B Smith is now
J Rod was in my group. He was fun to play.
Okay, perfect.
He'll be good. Yeah.
Right. So you guys are in the Yavin. You're welcome. We vacated the room. I moved to Hoth. It's apparently I don't like the warm. Kind of went the other way on that one. So went from one secret rebel base to the other secret rebel base. So that's me. And meanwhile
And
playing
yet
Empire. I mean, that's
I was like, yet never playing Rebels.
Well, I mean, that's where the Empire went. They went to Hoth. I knew there was a secret rebel base there. So, so this group looks like it'll be good. And there's a few returnees here. So we'll see how many people play the same list. That's what I'm really interested to note after this round, how many people are playing the same lists. So you got it. So ripping through real quick. There we go. There's the Coruscant group. We got JD Nelson, Sean Death, Psych Dog, and Splash Cola. Group B is MWL Rambo, Dan from Down Under, Debaticus, and S Parks. Group C, Endor. We got Ben, we got Ryan, Kraith, and Bobby Sapphire. Group D is Hoth. We got Jace, myself, Biggin, and Kokazula. In Camino, Group E, James C, Loki, Striker, Chronic Canuck, and Mr. Witty 82. In Group F, we have Kashyyyk, that's OS Dad, so Anthony, Bobster, Canadian Bear, and Sheldon. Group G is Naboo. We got Michael, Pally, Calico Kid, and Sketchy Mortars. On Tatooine, we have Blast Ronin, Emmanuel, GM Smithers, Ganatato, if I'm saying that correctly. And last but not least, Group I on Yavin, J-Rod, The Dark Knight, 48th Ronin, and Birdland Fan 88. And that is where we're at. 48th Ronin trying out Vader. All right, fair enough.
Ooh.
Fair enough. I didn't. Jace, can you bring up the band results? That's something I should talk about. People are making their list already, so I think you're well aware.
Yes.
Do you want to? We'll jump back here, and then Pally, if you want to get queued up, I'll throw you the link, and then we'll get you in here in a second. Jace, you want to just read off who the bands were?
Yeah. Well, for Empire, it was Commander Vader.
Yep.
So no Commander Vaders this turn, which is nice.
Which is fine.
For CIS, if you believe it or not, it was Yoda.
For CIS?
CIS? I wish I could play Yoda on CIS.
Gar.
Gar, yeah.
For Gar. Oh, wow.
Fine, I won't take the robot Yoda.
Yeah. For CIS, it was actually Kalani, our
Not
three all
surprised.
favorite CIS commander.
Yep.
Yeah, not surprised.
Hands down
the
best.
surprising one, though, was Rebels, which was Cassian.
Well, that's why is that a surprise?
I thought it was going to be generic, to be honest, but
Generic or Cassian.
Considering that no one played Cassian last round at all, like there were 0 Cassians, that's why I'm surprised.
I guess, but a lot of the competitive Rebel lists usually have Cassian.
I found I think you just banned the generics because then you shut down the whole situational awareness vigilance spam.
Yeah. Yeah, as I saw in Dallas, I don't like that.
Yeah. Lots of vigilance spam.
Says the guy who played it against me.
Hey,
yeah.
Here's
not
Pally.
very well.
Guest to the show, also got the memo to wear the jersey or Dallas related gear. So there's that.
You're welcome.
Well, hey guys, we got a couple things to talk about because we are at that 48-minute mark. So let's reserve take about 20 or 30 minutes or so. We'll give a little Dallas recap, and then we'll leave some live reaction time to the leagues. That sound all right? You guys got that time in you?
You bet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jace will have just that time, and he'll step out. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just dip out if I need to early.
Yeah,
so
you bet. So why don't we do this? If you guys are cool, why don't we tell the story in chronological order? Does that sound cool?
Sure.
Okay, awesome. So Anthony and I we got up in the morning and I brushed my teeth. No, just kidding. So Anthony and I were flying together, or so we thought. We arrived at the airport around the same time. Anthony indicating he was on a United flight, and I was flying on an Air Canada flight. Yet we were somehow at the same gate, and there was only one plane leaving. So apparently, we were flying on two different airlines that were operating the same aircraft. So that was cool.
One get like the right half of the cabin, and one got the left half of the cabin?
I think our pilots were co-pilots or whatever. So yeah, he got peanuts on his side, and I got nothing on mine. So that's basically how it worked. But so the first leg of the trip was super easy. Oh, hey, Jamie, how's it going? Usually in chat, but now live on screen, so it's fantastic. So we were so we were flying together, and first leg of the trip was not really an issue. Got into Vancouver, all good, and we didn't have a lot of time though, so we ended up landing, getting our stuff, and then proceeding to walk through all the cow corrals to get where we needed to go. So while we were in the first sort of security checkpoint, basically when you go through security again, I happened to casually mention to Anthony that for whatever reason I am selected for random screening a lot. It's just a thing. I explained to him that I have never once been on a trip ever where at least one leg of the trip I am not randomly screened for something. Check the bottom of my shoe for gum, pat down, etc. So Anthony, he can live react, but I'm pretty sure that he didn't fully understand and or believe that I was telling the truth. Anthony, rebuttal here.
So yeah, not even 5 minutes later. So Sean gets to customs and goes before me, and I'm waiting. Then I get to go in, and I finish, and I start walking away, and I still hear his guy like, "Are you part of the military? What are all these cameras for?" And next thing you know, they're grabbing him and taking him into another room, and I'm like, "What the?" Like, he just 5 minutes before that was talking about, "Oh, I just randomly get selected," and then now they're like taking him into the back room, and and we're like have to get on our plane. Like, we basically already had to run to the plane, so it was a little stressful.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, does this guy have something in his past that is chasing him? Is that why he gets randomly selected? Like, what's the story here?
So I get literally hauled into the back room, and it's all fine because it's easy to get through and tell the truth when you're telling the truth. So I get randomly pulled into the back room, and I got placed on the timeout bench as I called it. So no phones. Anthony, I can see him looking at me through the glass panels. I can't communicate with him because I can't use my phone to let him kind of know what's going on. So he doesn't know, should I wait or should I not? I get asked a lot of questions like, how can anyone do this stuff for free? Where's my booth going to be? How many YouTube subscribers do I have? What's my YouTube channel called? Do I have more than $10,000 worth of equipment? No, I don't. I have a lot of dollars in equipment, of which I rattled off all the equipment that I have, but I don't exceed any limit. I was supposed to pre-fill out a form that no one seems to know where to find, including Canadian Services, Border Services. I was asked again, do I have $10,000 of equipment? The answer was still no 3 minutes later. I was asked that question several times. I was almost convinced that I was needing to say that I had X number of dollars in equipment. I know how much I have. It is mine. I have bought it. That's how I know. They were very interested to see if I was going to be selling equipment. They haven't heard of eBay. I don't need to travel to Dallas to sell used electronics if I needed to do that. I am not selling used electronics. In fact, I explained to them, if you follow it up the following week when I get back, I will be talking about this on my equipment, of which I have. I'll let Pally tell you what I did in the hotel the first night I arrived, so you could share part of the story.
The important thing to know is when he starts writing down zip ties in the manifest to make sure he has everything, of which I don't know how you got back because I still have the jersey. So
yes, but I didn't sell the jersey. It was yours. I only returned it to you. So hence your name's on it. But
that works. But it was important. We did speculate and figure out that if you had brought your electric toothbrush, you probably would have not gotten it. Not
Right.
for the dollar amount, just the number of electronic items.
Yes, they were quite concerned, and my toothbrush, by the way, was epic. As I illustrated to both Anthony and Pally how awesome it was. Yes, it was multicolored. Yes, it said Crayola on it. Yes, it could stick to the wall, and I could brush my teeth hands free.
So along those lines of thinking, that's probably what had them thinking you were military. Was the Crayola toothbrush? It's the Marine way.
Yeah, fair. But yeah, they were overly concerned with how much electronics I had. Just that was the main concern. Eventually, I got through. Anthony conveniently was holding the plane for me at gate number 90. Gate number 90. The odd
90.
thing was, though, I was actually taking a plane at gate number 88. So Anthony was holding the wrong plane. So he went on 90. I went on 88 because that's where our tickets split. And then we were to fly to Dallas, to Denver. To continue our trip. We were both late leaving, but I was significantly later than Anthony. So I'll fast forward. We get to Denver, which is great. I know it was the haircut, and even when we went to the Oakley store, I was somehow approached for a military discount. So true story. Nothing we tell you here is fabricated. It's all too good content to not share.
So moral of the story for everyone who's listened in this far is don't cut your hair like Sean does.
Because it's what gets you flagged. If a good haircut, yeah. So Pally had it right, or Anthony with none, so it's fine. But we get to Denver. I was significantly late. Anthony literally had to hold a plane up, like refusing to go through the gate to get into the plane. They're kind of barking at him. I landed with 8 minutes to go before the doors closed. Somehow managed to get there. I didn't push anybody over, but I was very quick to get around people. Took a train, went up an escalator, got there. I was so late, they didn't even bother to check my ID, just scanned my boarding pass and let me on. So one place they weren't letting me into the country. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say that I was extremely close to just straight up being denied to get into the country, as was the utterance I was told. So, yeah, it's how it was. But it was all for naught. They were doing their job. I don't blame anybody. It's just a story to tell. So Anthony and I finally arrived in Dallas, had a good time, got there. We were very tired because we ran at every single airport. Headed to the airport, headed to the hotel and proceeded to have first supper. Then we had second supper after Pally arrived, and that's where the spicy chicken sandwich comes in. Yeah.
Oh,
all right, Anthony, your turn. You can take over. You can tell us the story right up to the lead up and all the games and all that good stuff. Good stuff.
I don't even want to remember that part of the trip. That was just pure pain.
Well, we ate it.
I'll remember it for you. It's
but
okay.
Basically, the entire weekend turned to be a big in and out. I felt so. There was that. So.
Yeah, that trip to Denny's is
epic.
Is something I need to. Yeah, it was terrible.
Was it comparable to White Castle, Sean?
Well,
because that's the benchmark.
Here's the irony of this. I actually told Anthony and Pally the story of White Castle on the way to Denny's. Only now to be paralleled by the Denny's story. So the moral of the story is don't eat out with us. In fact, if you ever see us at an event, we're up to no good and stay away from us. It's in your best interest. So yeah. We eventually yeah, exactly. Denny's, you can blame Pally for that, actually. As a matter of fact,
look, I don't have one near where I'm at, and that's like my favorite road food. So I was going. They decided to join me.
Yeah, we went for second breakfast. So,
well, we were starving still because we traveled all day and didn't get to eat.
Yeah,
and I just made a very critical error in ordering that spicy chicken sandwich because it stuck with me for 2 days, and I was hurting.
I joked with Anthony that I was unaware that he had a fully operational Death Star, but it was fully operational. So
basically, what happened there was I was buying that one, and I was just trying to eke out every advantage I could by giving Anthony food poisoning before we actually started playing.
Yep, that's
well played, sir.
What a story! What a story! So we finished up the Denny's. Anthony wasn't feeling too spicy the next day, or maybe too extra spicy. I'm not sure. One of the two. But we got set up the next day because we weren't playing, which is good. Anthony did have a day of reprieve in there. Pally and Anthony helped me set up. We got everything set up, which was great. Our internet wasn't there, so that was a little bit of an issue. We did get that resolved, and as you guys saw the results, the internet was great. Got that resolved early Saturday morning, right before game one. Went to the mall on Friday, hung out there. Anthony ate a lot of cookies, bought a lot of cookies, ate a lot of cookies. He bought so many cookies, but he didn't share with Pally and I at all. So
I sure did.
yeah, he did. He shared one with us. He bought like 4 dozen. So it's we did get a small sampling. Anthony's sugar was like 48, I think, at that point. So had to get that back down. But yeah, then we got to Saturday, and guys got matched
Well, hold
up.
on.
Oh, what happened? Sorry.
The most important part out of all of Friday
What happened Friday?
was when you were testing the stream and I crushed Ryan.
Oh
It's the
yeah, I
only thing that
forgot about
matters.
that. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So Pally's the one who started his spiral of a weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? Out of the whole thing, I crushed Ryan, so it was a good event.
That is 100% accurate. I was trying to forget about that. So
I'm not forgetting
I
it,
just had to look
and
away,
neither will
so,
Ryan.
yeah, I don't condone seal clubbing, no matter what the seal's name is. So that was a bit of a rough one there. So yeah, that was a bit rough. I'm not sure why he split up Dubaks. So this is okay. But if Ryan wants to know how to play Dubaks, he can just watch me beat Chase this time. So that's fine. So
Yeah, pretty much.
I'll just play Ryan's list better than Ryan. So Michael, yeah, he was also trying to forget about it for sure. So all right, well let's get into Saturday. Anthony and Pal, if you guys want to bounce back and forth between your Saturday highlights, that'll be great. And then my games are streamed, so I don't need to talk about those ones. But go ahead. What do you guys think
Go
about
ahead,
Saturday?
Pally.
Well, the major thing with Saturday was I got a crash course in clones with B1 saves being bad. Apparently, a unit of B1's costing about or over 100 points. It's just not worth. But yeah, that was basically Saturday. On a brighter note, though, I cut it a little bit into Sunday here, but went 1-2 Saturday, and it really was. It was nice being able to go into the next day and just not have to worry about the pressure of performing and just have a good time. So.
And he had a good time.
Again,
I didn't see anybody having
absolutely.
a bad time there.
No, it was fantastic. So it didn't do as well as I would have liked. I don't necessarily think it was maybe a couple plays I could have made different, but it really just when you roll nothing but blanks, what are you going to do, right?
Remove marks.
I mean, yeah, basically. So,
Yep.
but no, Saturday, like I said, it was a little irritating and rough. Had a fantastic hamburger for dinner though.
Oh yeah, we'll save all of Saturday. Saturday night was great.
And then just rolled into Sunday with this is just going to have a fun day, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, you bet. All right, Anthony, recap your Saturday for us.
All right, so Saturday I still had spicy chicken sandwich problems. I was still hurting, not feeling well. My first game I played a rebel list with double land speeder, Han and R2 and Sabine. I was doing really well. I started off super nervous and I was making some mistakes, but I was knocking a lot of activations off the board. And then I made a crucial mistake, and I was playing. He was focusing a Magna Guard squad and had about 4 suppression on them, and I purposely was playing Kalani's 3-pip to get rid of that suppression with the free recover, and then I just mental blocked and just by default put it on my 2 spiders and totally forgot about the unit of Magna Guard sitting on the edge of the table that just ended up just running off the table, and they were just about to just charge and easily win the game. They were going to kill the only rebel troopers left and tap his VAPs. And then he still had an R2 in a land speeder running towards so I had just about lost the game because of that stupid move on my part. But then
R2 rant in 3, 2,
Yeah.
1. Here goes Anthony.
Dude, R2 is for 50 points. Like seriously, I had to dedicate an entire Magna Guard squad, so 104 points to deal with a 50-point unit. I had to last first him because he just heals. That unit is still broken. I hate him.
I told Anthony I'm going to queue up a sound bite on here. Just going to let him rant for about 5 minutes. Save it to save him.
I ranted.
Play it.
I ranted very hard about him at the tournament because
supper, before bed, first thing in the morning, from the bathroom. There was a lot
In
of
his
altars.
sleep, between snores.
It's like the same as saying the price of a B1 unit. A B1 unit can't like completely alter how everyone has to approach the game, but R2 does.
I don't know. Sean's can. I've seen Sean's B1 unit roll 5 natty crits on 6 dice before, okay? Like
that's one attack. We're talking about the entire game though. Like R2 does that for the
that's
entire
pretty game
game.
altering.
38 points to just never die completely and win the game for you is pretty good.
Yeah.
That's R2. You just can't shoot him.
Oh, Michael Smith saying, first thing Anthony said before our game, oh, thank God, no R2. Yep, see, Anthony. Nobody
Understandable.
escaped the rant. So
first game, I was able to recover from my mistake by doing a last first on R2 before he could get away in the land speeder with secret mission.
Yep.
And then my second game, I played a Vader Palp list.
Mm-hmm.
So that one, the guy I played was, I guess it was right after the lunch break, and I guess he was drinking during lunch, so he wasn't at the top of his game. That game went fairly smoothly for me. And then my last game, I had a very, very hard game again against Yoda. It was like a Republic Hero Hammer. It was Yoda, Chewie, Padme, and again that R2 with C-3PO. And oh my God, again, I had to dedicate an entire Magna Guard squad to deal with R2 because he is way too stupid. But I got the job done. I was able to push my cart to get points and able to hold the other cart. With Yoda was doing some serious work, but I was able to weather the storm and pull out the 1-0 victory.
You guys barely played any turns in that one, right, Anthony? Like 2.5 turns or something?
No, we got to turn 5.
No. What I thought wasn't your game, or was that game 4 on?
No, that was on Sunday. That was my
right.
first game of Sunday.
Right.
Yeah, that one was a little infuriating, but yeah.
Right. We'll get there in a second. So, all right. So Anthony finished up 3-0 day 1. Pally was 1-2. So Pally was we needed to do some moving on day 2. Anthony was riding high going in. Just so you guys are aware, day 1 on the stream was just random picks. So I think I had like two 0-2s, I think, played. I'm not sure if they played round 2 or 3. Round 3, I believe. So it wasn't until day 2 that they started putting the 3-0, 4-0s, etc. Up on the stream. So Anthony didn't make stream to day 1. Pally made stream day 1 -1 when he beat Ryan. Just a reminder, beat Ryan badly. So that's how we did that. So Saturday night was wicked. So if you guys, I'm just going to jump back to the screen here in a second. We got time for Jace here. Oh yeah, we still got 30 minutes on. So you'll notice our title this week is called. This is a special shout out to Drew and Travis. So it's called All the Fixins and a Rodian Goat. Now we went to a restaurant called the Rodeo Goat, but I wanted to Star Wars-esque up the title, so called it the Rodian Goat. So Pally, why don't you tell us about the Rodeo Goat? And Pally had a special surprise there, fry surprise. It was like an adult Kinder Egg, but with gravy, cheese,
really was.
And chili and
hamburger and whatever.
There was a cheese fry surprise and a cheese fry no surprise. Yep. I don't care about the no surprise, whatever. I'm like, I'm in Dallas. I'm gonna have a surprise.
Yep.
I should probably be more cautious about that in the future, especially if I visit somewhere like Vegas. We were in Dallas, so it's fine.
Yep.
No, I was digging into this pile of cheese fries, and we go from just cheese fries to jalapenos,
Yep.
to bacon,
The bacon.
to ground beef,
Yep.
to some chili.
Chili.
Like, it just keeps adding stuff as you get further into this pile of fries. I'm like, oh,
Yes.
when does it end? It's too good.
And the burgers were good. The breakfast burger. I didn't have the breakfast burger.
Yeah.
I forget the one that we had. Anthony had all the fixins, and I basically said, I'd like this burger minus all the fixins, and just basically removed 90% of what came on it.
Sean just ate white bread.
Well, it was
Pretty
good. No, that was
much.
a naked burger. I did have bread and the burger. All the food was good there. The fries were, I pretty sure I pickled my insides based on the amount of salt that was on the fries that were there, but
So
it was good. Yeah, it was.
I'd say basically what Sean had was like fiber biscuits and a meat cookie.
Yeah, that's about right. It was still good. I don't think I had any bad food in Dallas, to be perfectly honest. So my omelet was a little suspect just because the cheese and everything else was separate from the items, and Anthony had one suspect chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
So
The food was made by a recent convict. So
yeah, 48 thrown and pointing go. What does it? I will never travel or eat with you guys ever. I would die. Yeah. I don't think anyone's ever traveling with me again. And Pally's not picking restaurants anymore. So
Put it this way, Ronan. Oh, we didn't pick that restaurant. Travis did.
You picked the Denny's.
And that no Denny's. Travis's pick was amazing. That place was place was godlike.
Yeah,
I was going to Denny's. You guys just joined along.
That is true. Regrettable decisions were made.
Ronan, don't worry about it. If you can survive a meal out with us, you can literally survive anything.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Saturday night, we joined this new weight loss program. It was just called Laugh for 4 hours straight. We were in absolute stitches. Jace, it wouldn't have been appropriate for you, by the way. I was like, we would have had to take Jace home.
Sorry, this is the same guy who took me to the restaurant Dick's at 19 years old.
Oh no,
sorry.
That's literally
that place was very interesting. But it was kind of like that actually, Jace. But my goodness, we laughed getting a bunch of Oklahomans together and Ark in Kansas. We learned about Ark in Kansas. Geography with Pally is very interesting, and also I need to point this out because this is very American-esque. Jace, you'll appreciate this. I may or may not have continued to sow this false rumor in the United States of America. But according to Pally's expert on Canadians, his source will remain unnamed. If you heat or burn Canadian money, it will smell like maple syrup.
Yes, it's true.
So I may or may not have perpetuated that rumor a lot this weekend. And so if it comes back around to you, please let us know.
Hold on. I'm trying to figure out why Jace is so not impressed by this.
He's currently trying that. He has a $20 bill in the microwave.
Because Sean told me before.
Yeah,
he told me this one already.
Yes, that is absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. My mom was very also interested in all the American Canadian questions, and I proceeded to tell her that as well. So, so that was great. So Saturday night was absolute blast. We laughed so hard. There was a group of grown men crying. We were absolutely in stitches. Great stories. Nothing vulgar, nothing like that. It was just good old wholesome laughing and teasing Americans and Canadians. And I will say this, and I'm quite hesitant to say so. I received more hugs than I would have liked, and 0 would have been the preferable number. And I lost count, but Pally, I'm pretty sure I received at least maybe 3 or 4 hugs from Drew.
You were right beside him, so yeah.
I will point out that Travis spoke to me the next day, and he's like, he thought it was absolutely hilarious that was continuing to happen.
That number was in the double digits.
Yeah, and Pally did offer to switch me seats, but at that point I was kind of like a deer in the headlights, and I was frozen with fear. It was unable to move. So, but Drew did like us more as the evening went on. So, and we're gonna really try hard to get Drew to come on to our podcast because I think he will drive up our ratings greatly. Down with children and up with adults. Yeah.
To be fair, he's a thirsty fella and probably needs some drink to go with it.
I was a better person for meeting him, and I'm not sure. I think Anthony saw it, and I'm not sure if Jace did. But I will also say this as I'm poking fun and get into Anthony's day two here. My mom wrote I made a post about us in jerseys, and my mom being a mom, and she wrote a comment that said something along the lines of, "I hope you had a great time this weekend and made lots of friends." So a very mom-esque thing to write. And my nephew proceeded to write and made good decisions, of which I did, and made lots of friends. So the joke's on you. Those were accurate troll comments. So there we have it. All right, Anthony, rip us into day two, Sunday. How'd you do?
All right, Sunday. So yeah, going in 3-0. So it was all going to be games against undefeated guys. First game was against Iden, basically the Iden ISF triple do list. So it was purely based on Alpha Strike. So that game was a little frustrating for me because he took an hour and a half to deploy because he said, "Oh, turn 0 makes or breaks this list," and yeah, we basically only played 2 turns. It was a slow played game to say the least. So we ended up playing Intercept, and with his Alpha Strike, he was able to kill one of my spiders. So he was upped and act, and then so I had to really push hard to get my Magna Guard in for turn 2 and even up the ante there. So Magna Guard got in, killed an ISF. I almost finished. I was 1 wound left on his Iden's buddies there. What are they called? Inferno Squad. And then I could tell that there just was not going to be enough time to finish this game. So basically we tied on turn 2 on Intercept on the middle. So turn 3 was the final turn, and it was going to be dice down before we even finished the turn. So
yeah, I just hard dice down, eh?
We did, yeah. So I just ran everything right to the middle. I didn't shoot. I didn't do nothing. So he was taking shots at me. So he didn't rush things to the middle quite as fast as I did. So I ended up winning on the dice down because of that. When technically,
because it counts as turn 6 for double.
Right, and because I had spiders, he could technically score more points on the middle than I could. But because I rushed there and he didn't, I ended up winning the game.
Yeah, I think it's also a mistake. I mean, if you're going to take an hour and a half to deploy, you better plan out the next hour to be quite successful. And honestly, to Alpha Strike a spider off the table and Intercept, to me, is a mistake. He should have been blowing off activations that could score. Like your back group of B1s or something like that. So, and with Infiltrate on Intercept, not pressing all 3 points with some sort of volume is again a mistake. And so, not to fault the person, I don't know who it is, but to take an hour and a half to deploy, you better have a great strategy to take that long, because
my
triple D-backs don't take long you don't even cohere them.
Right. Yeah, my first 2 drops were naked B1 squads on each corner to block those flanking. What's it called? Infiltrates. So I tried to block those flanking infiltrates with nakeds that I could just run away right away so that I wouldn't get Alpha Striked. But then what he ended up doing was moving just behind that big huge Theed building and just he just jump in and out and take shots at my spider.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I didn't.
I was there. I saw the end of that dice down. Of which, by the way, because Anthony's opponent was not aware. When they mean end of the round, don't start a new one, you have 15 minutes. But then they say 15 minutes after that, you have hard dice down. That means if your dice, and Jace can attest, if your dice are in your hand and you're shake, and rolling them, and it's hard dice down, those dice don't count. It doesn't matter when that dice happens. It doesn't matter the results. It doesn't matter that you're in your hand. It is nothing.
Question. So if you roll attack dice and they haven't rolled defense dice, and it's dice down, do you just get all the wounds through?
No,
Well,
the
I
attack
don't know.
stops.
I don't think the attack
Oh, okay.
happens because you can't do the defense roll.
Attack stops. Yeah.
Like you stop
Count.
then and there, is
Yeah.
my understanding. So
You stop it in there. You take a model. If you get hit and you have to take a model off, that's not hard dice down.
Yeah.
So all models stay on the table. Nothing else happens.
yeah, I guess the best advice is just don't get to that point. So yeah.
Okay.
Of which,
then my
Anthony,
next
I think
game-
your next game might have got to there too.
Well, but my next game didn't go hard dice down. My next game was against Carlos. I think he's in chat here too.
Oh, is Carlos
That
in
was
here?
a really, I
Shout
believe
out.
so. Yeah, I thought I saw
Yeah, he was
him.
here earlier.
He was a great guy from Puerto Rico, and he was
Rico,
playing
yes.
Yoda. He was playing a Yoda Chewie list with double barks and a bunch of clones with the DLT, I think it was. And yeah, that was a really tough game. Like we were both rolling really hot defense dice. Like neither one of us could really kill anything,
Nothing wanted
and
to
it
die.
was nothing would die. Like I specifically planned to kill his strike team in the back. I had everything lined up, was ready to do it, and then he rolled 5 defense dice, blocked the last 5 attacks on the single model in his in that squad.
Yep.
So I was like, oh my goodness, it's just not working. Then he ran him and hit him for the rest of the game, so I couldn't get to him. So then I started focusing on core, and they were not dying until I finally was able to get the Magna Guard into melee to finish a couple units. I got 2 core down, and in turn 5, I think it was.
Yep.
And then Yoda came in and did a bunch of work. He killed one of my Magna Guard squads, so I was still up a bit, but he had another Magna Guard squad down to 1 model.
Guy.
So I was putting the pressure on. I knew I was waiting for Chewie to expose himself, but he was holding on to Chewie. So I was finally able to get I hit Chewie for like 5. But he kept rolling saves on Chewie. He double saved him, and then I finally got 2 hits through to him to finish him off at the end there, and then we just called it at that point, because even if he killed my last Magna Guard, I would have been up on points.
Right.
So
right. Well, yeah, which that was a good game, and Carlos was a really good guy, and he's a fan of the show. I
enjoyed that game.
But then had a chance, and he hung around with us afterwards, and we had a good chat with him. So, Anthony, before we get to your last game, because we don't want to reveal what happened there, Pally, why don't you bring us up to speed with your day 2, much more successful day 2.
Oh yeah, so day 2 started off with Pally forgetting that Vader's 3-pip is crushing him. Instead, Castle's range 2 of that are not a good idea.
Yep.
So, back to Legion 101. But that was an absolute blast. My opponent has the best poker face when I started setting up that failure of a plan. And good times there. And then after that, I took the next 2 games because I remembered how make clones work.
Yep.
And just, it was my standard plan of dice are actually rolling average instead of B1 average, and delete things off board.
Yeah, remember pointy end goes towards opponent. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Point and shoot.
But yeah, no, like I said, I went into day 2 with the attitude of, well, I'm not going anywhere today, so I might as well just have fun, and I had an absolute blast.
Yep.
So a lot of no pressure games.
I was talking to the guys about, like, I obviously wasn't playing, so I didn't have equal pressure, but my approach is always not thinking that whatever the prize is I've already won it and it's mine to lose, but always still playing to get there. So you can only ever play 1 game at a time, and so that's I mean, that all sounds like it's pretty generic information, but that is kind of my philosophy. I haven't won anything when a tournament starts, and so I'm never working from like, don't mess up, don't lose, et cetera, like play good, win, try hard. That's how you're gonna play each game, and you can only ever play 1 of them at a time. So 1 objective at a time. You're gonna have to play 6 different objectives in this case, or 4 or whatever. Just play the one that you're in, and then not worry about that, because I think the pressure can build. I mean, Anthony was I think he'll be fine to tell you, but he was feeling the pressure like all weekend, and
Oh
just
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
just on him, right? And there is gamer fatigue, and there's mental fatigue, and you know, if you're frustrated at some point and you hold on to that too long, that can impact your next play, your next move, etc. And you don't want to carry that in from game to game, kind of thing. So when a game finishes, you can't replay it at that moment, and you can't play you know, your next game ahead of time until you finish the one you're currently in. So different philosophies when people go into gaming. So yeah, and I think I've played in enough tournaments to kind of learn that. I'm certainly a lot better at playing any tournament now than I was when I started. So just kind of learning those lessons along the way. So Pal, you finished up 3-3.
Mm-hmm.
Felt good at it at the end. I mean, if you look at your tournament a whole, that's a good record. You know, win 3, lose 3. But it's better. You had a better day 2 than day 1, kind of thing, right? So.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think if you flip flopped it, you probably would have preferred to have it that way as opposed to have a strong opening and then poor showing in day 2. Or
it it would have been a little different had I done better on day 1 and then gone in with that pressure on day 2.
Yeah.
Definitely from a more competitive sense, and it's kind of hard to go back with the what ifs, right? Because those would have been entirely different matchups. So who can say?
100% it. Yeah.
But you know, actually thinking back on it, I'll take the 4-3 because remember we crushed Ryan, and that's all that matters.
That is true. So yeah,
it's a winning record.
It is a winning record for sure. So, okay, Anthony. Well, you were on stream to Game 5, so I got to watch that playing Vaps, and then lo and behold, Anthony was the only 5-0 after 5 rounds. So sitting atop his tournament to win and or lose. And I mean, by lose, I mean relative speaking, he still finished quite well. Went in playing Rebels Game 6, another Vaps.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had to play Vaps because the other 2 missions were going to be guaranteed losses, right? It was recover or hostage.
Yeah.
Neither
and
of which do I.
I think I called that on stream, saying that the only way Anthony ended up back on Vaps again was he must have canceled away from hostage.
Yeah. Like hostage would have been. There's no way I could have won that against the force user, and same with recover, because where the recover point would have been, his Luke could have burst the speed turn 1 because we were playing advanced as well. He would have been able to burst the speed, grab the box, and then jump across the wall with a speed 1.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Michael Smith and I had a fantastic game of hostage the other day. His force user versus my non. But anyway, keep going.
But the way that the map was set up, there was literally a wall right there, so the box would have been just on my side. And we were actually measuring it before we decided on that lesson. He could burst the speed, grab it, jump back with a speed 1, and I would have never been able to shoot him. So I had to get off that and play. I didn't want to play Vaps, but I had to.
So Michael, who is in chat, was your opponent round 6.
Okay, yeah.
I believe so. I believe we're
correct
on that. Yeah,
that's him.
Yeah, Michael Smith. That's who I played. Yeah. So this was another. Sorry, go ahead.
I just want to publicly call out that Michael Smith had the weakest Son of Skywalker burst of speed turn I've ever seen, ever. Worst.
I don't know.
Weak sauce.
It was kind of.
It was.
I thought
fundamentally 100% correct, but weak.
I think his Son of Skywalker turn was more like a mic drop.
Look,
it's game over.
Luke fell over, tactically rolled, and fell behind a pile of rocks.
And now that I replayed it through my head, I actually should have. There was something I could have done that I didn't do with that, and I'm a little upset with myself. But so back to the game. So we were playing five rebels with the situational awareness and captain spam with
DLTs.
Jedi Luke. DLTs. Yeah, those hurt. I found out those hurt.
Yep.
So I thought I had a really good plan going into it, and I was able to knock in the first 2 turns. I was able to knock off 2 activations, and things were looking pretty good. And even Michael was like, "Oh man, you're just crushing me," and I started feeling a little bad. And then And then he turned it on and started really showing me what those guns can do. So he only had 3 of those squads left, but man, those 3 squads, they never missed ever.
They hit like a truck.
They like 7 dice and it would be like 7 hits. 7 dice, 7 hits. It was just, my Magna Guard were just getting decimated.
Yeah, your Magna Guard were
so
pretty good, except for that one roll. And like I said, that was the only subpar roll I saw you make in 2 games.
Well, I had a couple where I rolled below average, but most of them were above average, right?
Yeah.
So there was another one where I failed 3 out of 4 or whatever, but like
that was a blank. That was an 0 for 3. I think that real bad one.
The very last one, yeah, the one that I was not expecting. So yeah, like I had so many heals that even though I was getting hammered, I was able to bring all my Magna Guard back and keep pushing. But when I saw, like, I just couldn't, once I got to a point where I just couldn't push enough damage through all that defense, I started backing off. And that's where I feel like I made a mistake, because I'm not normally a passive player. I don't normally back up. But I started backing up and setting up standby traps, waiting for the Luke burst of speed to come in and try to tie the game up. And I feel like that's where I made my mistake. I should have just kept pushing.
So Michael, just so you know, I was talking to Anthony afterwards. Obviously, I couldn't give any insight during the game, but I think if Anthony and I explained him as much to him, I think if he would have walked up the 2 spiders, taken off 1 DLT squad off the table, left everything a little bit back, and then just started walking everything in reverse, I don't think Michael would have been able to catch up to get enough hits through. Anthony told me that was weak play. Although I'll go to Michael's previous 100% correct, but weak.
Yep.
But I think both players needed to just wait for the other person to lose enough points, because it was tight. You guys were back and forth, and I think when Anthony still had the Magna Guard on, the point differential was 8 points to Anthony's favor. And then when you hit the Magnas and killed them out, the 104 Magnas, that basically meant that Anthony needed to kill something more heavier in points. 1 more Rebel wouldn't have done it. He had to get into Luke. So had Luke came in and Anthony was waiting with the Magnas, that could have been a thing, but Michael wasn't going for the bait. So chose to tactically, weakly roll off the backside.
So where I feel like I made the big mistake at the end, though, so after he did kill that Magna Guard squad, I almost like gave up and wasn't thinking straight at that point. I just kind of like, oh, this game's over now. But realistically, after he jumped Luke behind the wall, I still had the opportunity to double move the Magna Guard up there, because I already did 3 wounds to Luke. I had a full squad of Magna Guard I could have double moved up at last act, and then played a 1 pip and possibly got into Luke and finished him that next turn. So that's where I screwed up. Like, aside from backing up or not backing off soon enough, however you want to call that, but at the very end, I still had a play and I didn't play it.
Right.
So that's where I feel like I...
Was there time left on the clock there, Anthony, for that?
Yeah, no, we still had time. But I just, after I lost that squad, I just kind of like started shooting Luke and not thinking straight. Right. I should have, so I shot Luke with one of the Magna Guard squads, and I shot him with a bunch of the B1s, and we put through 3 wounds. It was a low probability, but there was still a chance that a full attack from a Magna Guard squad with a 1 pip could have potentially took Luke out.
Right. Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, if you guys had time, you would have had time there. So, well, wasn't to be, but it was still a great showing. I think Anthony
he played a great game.
Yeah, I think all the stream games were actually really fun and enjoyable. Like the first one on day 1 was great. A lot of back and forth play there, and yeah, they were all really really fun to watch. So, and the day 2 ones got more competitive as we went, just based on the nature of it.
I did get this guy though.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got a best in faction, so there we go. Nice. Yeah, you had to get that back through customs. Giant rock.
Yep.
Transporting glass. We didn't have any glass in Canada, so we had to bring it back from America.
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah. Yeah, and then Anthony, I think you ended up finishing 4th, right? Just because your MOV was from those other games wasn't too high. Is that right?
Yeah, well, like every game I played was close.
Yeah. And you played
Other
a lot
than
of you played a really tight intercept because you guys didn't play a lot of points, and then you played a payload, and then you played a bunch of VAP games. So
yeah, like the only one that I won by a lot was the one where the guy was drunk and then rage quit the tournament after I beat him.
Yes, Anthony actually literally made somebody quit and go home. So I couldn't do that. I was behind the bully barrier as we identified it. So yeah, so there we go. Jace, you better go, my friend. It's 8:58.
Yeah.
We'll say goodbye to Jace, and we'll leave a couple minutes here so we can talk about the rounds upcoming. So thanks, Jace.
Yeah,
We'll
all you guys better hop in and talk to Sean while I'm gone and just trash talk me. So
yeah. We're about to open up the phone lines.
You bet.
All right, see you, Jace. Yeah, so I mean, good tournament. I thought it was great. Anthony played well. Pally recovered on day 2, beat Ryan, so that was like basically the equivalent to winning a trophy. Probably won't hear him smack talking anymore, or we will. I mean, either way, it's fine. We welcome it. So I'm disappointed he's not in my round this upcoming league round, but. Somebody was asking about bounties. I think. What do you think, guys? It's just us 3, and we're guys. Should we give people an extra point for putting a lick on Ryan this go round?
Yes.
Sure. Why not? It's fine. It's done. It's done. And we will have some bonus prizes. Don't forget. We'll have prizes after every 3, so we'll have we'll be keeping track of those. So all your points are basically the equivalent of an entry, and you don't have to do anything other than just be in the league, doing your games, getting wins. Wins help, but playing games will get you there. So yeah, that's kind of where we got. So all right, if you guys got about few more minutes left in you, then we'll wrap the episode. We'll spitball about the weekend, and I'm gonna throw the sorry, was there a chat comment in there? Sorry. Fair enough. Jace was saying that. I didn't even read that. I just was keeping track of the time for him, like a good dad would do. All right, let's throw this in here. If you want to come talk about your group, come join us. Make your predictions. Tell us how badly you're going to win or lose. Who you're playing.
So
go ahead, pal.
I've got Michael Hammond in here, and we've already got a game scheduled for tomorrow night.
Oh, look at you guys go!
Nice. So
Michael,
that good stuff.
Being a keen player. Look at that.
And then I've got Sketchy Mortars in my group, and he handed me my first defeat at Dallas, so I'm coming back for blood.
Yeah. Travis, we are in fact talking about all those fixins. I just dropped the link in there, Travis. You are more than welcome to click on there. Don't forget the celebrity status. That is you with your son now that you've taken photos with us. So
actually, Travis, we need your recap of what's Saturday night.
We definitely
or
need
Sunday
a recap.
night.
Yeah, we need a recap from Travis. So, by the way, Travis, super big help bringing us down to television, helping us out with some cables that we needed, making the stream look great on the weekend. So, big shouts to Travis for helping us get all the things set up and going. So, and for the teardown. So, what happens in Dallas stays in Dallas, 100%. But this is the internet, so yeah. I mean, like I said before, it was all very PG, tame. It's nothing. The only nearly illegal activity apparently was me trying to travel to the United States. So, although we had to clarify, and we're good there, so that wasn't in fact the case.
Did you have as much trouble getting back home?
This is how it went, and I'll recap specifically how it went. So I went to customs. I handed the individual the paper. It was like this. I left and got a COVID test because that's what the sticker they gave me was. So I randomly
got randomly selected again.
COVID test. So I got another one of those. So
I had to wait for him again.
Yeah. So Anthony got through, and Travis, Sean getting hugs, priceless. Yeah, exactly. It was priceless. It was almost costly to Drew. but priceless to everybody else. So yes, luckily I just met him, so I was being exceptionally kind.
I let him give me one. After that, he knew not to come again.
Yeah, he then defaulted to me as I was most proximal. So there's a link again. Don't disappoint me. We need to have at least one person come in here and tell us either how they're going to win, lose, beat Pally, or about Dallas. If you were in Dallas, we would love to hear from you and your recap of the weekend. So Michael Smith was in Dallas, Travis was in Dallas. Well, so we have anybody else in? Oh, here we go. B Smith joining in here, not in Dallas, but we're going to assign him here anyway. We're going to assign him to guest two, and we'll unassign him from that, and then we're going to assign him. Let's see here. We're going to pop him on the screen. Just one sec. We're getting you there. Boom. In. Done. Go.
Hey.
Can we hear him negative?
Yeah, I can hear him. Or I did at first. Not anymore.
We do not have you, B. We cannot. No. Are you guys hearing him at all?
Nope.
We don't have you.
You know, it's almost like there's some really distant background noise. I wonder if there's a different mic hooked up. So now there's some static.
Nope. Can't hear him.
Technical difficulties.
Yep.
The subtitle of tonight's episode.
We got nothing on you, B. You want to try to call back in? All right. I'll let him try again. Travis, no video or mic tonight. Well, Travis, we'll take a full text recap. So just keep typing.
Can you get Drew and Mitchum on at some point?
Oh, maybe you weren't on before. I was saying that I would love to have. I'd love to have Drew.
We got to get Drew in here.
Yeah,
we got to get them both.
Yeah, that's true. We should get them both.
The cuddle buddies.
Yeah, they got a pretty good back and forth thing going on.
The Avatar reference was fantastic. So the symbiotic relationship that is an Avatar. So,
God,
I was worried that Mitchum was going to get a little jealous there with the amount of Drew was a little disappointed at first that I was sitting so distal from him, and by distal I mean more than 6 inches away. Then by the end of it, I feel like I was, too close. Let's just say, yeah.
We also got some really interesting medical stories from the cooks.
Yeah,
that were there.
We are not repeating any of those. Yeah, that's stuff that's going to be scorched onto my retinas for a long time, and probably never removed. So yeah. Yeah, we did laugh a lot though, so there's that.
Yeah.
All right, I think B Smith's going to join again. Trying audio.
All right, trying again.
Oh, we got
there
you.
We go.
Okay, good.
There we go.
Okay.
All right.
Welcome. You're going to be labeled as the kid, but it is in fact B. So go.
All right, I had to mute the other cast. I was hearing double.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to the league round 2. I have brought a rather ridiculous list that I have no expectations to win with.
Right.
So it'll be a lot of fun. So it's basically Aiden, 2 special forces, and Inferno.
Nice.
But then also with Vader.
Okay.
With the idea of being maybe infiltrating with 5 different units.
Very nice. Can I also point out for the cast that we actually replaced Jace with a person who was wearing their jersey?
Yeah, right.
So there's
hold on.
that.
But Jace said he wasn't home. What's Anthony's excuse?
I'm wearing a Dallas Open t-shirt. I knew that this was about Dallas Open. So.
Yeah, hard flexing over here, Anthony.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Pally.
that's
Pally, let me flex a little to you here.
Wow.
See that?
You really flexed there. Yeah. Don't
Wow.
strain yourself. That happened after the spicy chicken sandwich already, and it was not good for anybody. So, what group are you in? So we'll highlight it here on the screen.
Yavin.
Yeah. Oh, I think that was A. All right, you're taking up my old home here. So you got 48th Ronin, of which was in my group last time. I don't know about the Dark Knight, and J-Rod, I think Anthony said was in his group. So
yeah, he was fun.
Yeah,
he's a good guy.
So, but I think
don't know much about what everybody's bringing, but I saw 48th Ronin said in the chat he was
Vader.
bringing Vader.
Yeah,
so
that'll be a Vader v
fun to
Vader
have
match.
Vader off.
Oh, that'll be good. Yeah, I don't know what did J-Rod play in round 1, Anthony. That doesn't mean he's playing in round 2, but what faction did he play?
He played CIS.
Oh, okay. So you could be playing CIS. I'm interested to know like how many people went like opposite or a different faction than what they played before. I guess there's no opposite, but different faction, and I went an entirely different faction, of which I'll point out as well. No heavies, 2 rounds in a row, guys. Sean,
are you all right?
Well, I did say I was going to play them for a couple of months, so I'm trying not to be a liar because I'm not. But after this round, what's that, Anthony? Sorry,
I said our lists are almost. Our lists are almost identical again. That's exactly what I was playing too. Was the IDE and ISF triple dues.
Nice. Yeah, except I submitted mine on time, so
mine's still on time too.
Well, no, I put the cutoff a minute before whenever you submitted your list.
Okay.
Otherwise, the penalty wouldn't have been assessed properly. So
cutoff is when I go to bed.
Oh, fair enough. Yesterday. Travis asking Anthony. No, Anthony's running my list apparently, as it were. So no, he's switching lists. So if I can't take Kalani, I can't play CIS right now. So if I'm not playing heavies, that is. So I don't want to try to learn another droid commander. So
well, if you're playing that list, maybe I'll just do like another list, like a Maul Dooku list.
Pally, is that allowed? Did Anthony actually submit his list already? Did he put submit?
I have not yet, no.
Oh, so I rest my case. So your list is so now it's going to be a penalty for waffling. So we'll have you close to that 17 by the end of this cast for sure. So no, you play whatever you want, Anthony. It's fine. You can take those crutches that are Dooku and Maul.
And for anybody that has any gripes about Pally getting to see all of the lists before I play, it's the same list I've been playing for the last year. Go away.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, Larson.
Crutch. It's the opposite.
I'm looking at you, Larson.
Yeah, I can't wait. How come I wish Michael would have put Sketchy and Ryan in the same group and just made a group of 2 and made them play 3 times?
You know what? I would actually appreciate getting to ban both of them for the heinousness that would occur in that chat.
Yeah, that's why they would just be in a group of 2.
And that would be one more place for Ryan to be banned.
Yeah, he's the trifecta of banning. So yeah, for sure. So, real question though, B, have you scheduled a game already in your group?
Not yet, no.
Oh,
Pally's seems like most people are not online right now.
Pally's one-upping us because they're still here hanging out. I got to get in my group.
I'm still trying to figure out what work schedule.
Look. I'm part of the stream. I was doing all of the back end work. I've already got a game scheduled. Come on, guys.
Fair. Hey, I did some things. I did some math calculations. I clicked some buttons. I got to then Michael. What's that?
I said math.
Yeah. The math was pretty easy to figure out some of the groups, but other groups may have to do a little bit more thinking. So
I got kind of a long day at work tomorrow, but when I get home, I'll get all the lists put up into their groupings or whatever in the channel, and then I'll also get the tally for faction counts and whatnot.
Did you screenshot all the lists and put them in, or was somebody doing that while we were on?
No. I've got them all. I'm gonna convert them to a standardized format so I can go through and search for data as needed.
Okay, perfect.
So B, with that Vader in there, how many acts are you getting to then? Is it only an 8 or 9 act?
It's 9 acts.
9 acts? Okay.
Yeah. Most lists I end up coming up with are 9 acts. I don't know why. I guess I like upgrades or expensive units or both.
So you're triple ISF, basically one with Inferno, Iden for 4, Vader for 5.
And then 3
Officer
naked.
and
Officer. Okay.
And what else do I have in there? I've got it up on
3 storms.
Must have
Let's take
3
a look.
core of some kind.
It's actually 2 naked shores and mortars.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, my list I got to 10 acts because I have a hard time playing less than 10. But I don't have a Vader, so.
You're not really that upgrade heavy.
Who's that?
My Iden dues was 11 acts actually.
B?
Yeah, B here.
I mean, I am, if you think about how expensive, the T-21s are in the Special Forces. So they're not necessarily required, but they're required.
They're cheaper than DC-15s.
Yeah, I'm running T-21s on mine. O pushes. I'm running the guns on the dewbacks because why would you not at 5 points?
Yeah, the T-21s on dewbacks.
Critical 2 is awesome, and if you're flanking and taking a little longer to get there, that relentless shot is amazing. I'm also running endurance on my dewbacks because I want to have to make somebody put 4 suppression on me before I start thinking about losing actions, which is good. So
endurance instead of tenacity, interesting.
Yeah, it's fine, Anthony. I just roll crits anyway, so it'll be fine. Yeah. I was gonna miss with that extra red, so I'll just stick with the 3 red, 3 white. So
it's true.
Yeah. Endurance is great on dewbacks. I played at a local on Saturday last week, and one of my backs panicked off the board, so that was fun.
Yeah, I just don't want to lose actions if they get stuffed in. So great if they're stuck in and swinging that extra dice, but sometimes I'd rather them stay stuck in and not kill. And then if they are moving around, I'd want to make sure they get full action so I can get that distance. So question here maybe before we go, and I don't think we have anybody else calling in, so maybe we'll pose and B if you want to answer the question while we're there. And Anthony, you saw some of it on the weekend, but naked scouts. So we saw quite a bit of naked scouts on the weekend. And I was talking about it on the stream, saying that the weekend before I played 2 in a skirmish tournament. 2 people I played both had scouts, full scouts. And we saw them do a lot of work. And I mean, they're kind of like naked fleets in a way, in terms of they occupy a similar space, but they hit harder.
But they throw better dice,
and the cover's better. So
and they have sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter, low profile,
and scout.
You get tag and low profile on them. Basically cover 3 most of the time. 8 black dice at range 2. Surge defense, great.
Yeah.
The scout 3
like them as naked.
Yeah, no, well, exactly. When you have a lot of internal baked in, conversions and or rules. I think we just mean naked in the sense that they're not running any upgrades.
I think they need. I think 1 upgrade's worth it, and I mean I think only 2 points right now. Duck and cover. So if they're in the light cover, you get it up. But the Scout 3 is amazing, especially since so many people bring VAPs. You just start on the VAP.
Yep. 1, 2, 3. They're also quite nice if you want to, again, similar to ISF. In the sense that you can just go pressure those intercept points early. So if you want to keep somebody honest and say hey, you might not be able, let's say you're playing a battle lines, for example, you might need to spread yourself a little bit thinner than you like. Excuse me. Because 2 of them can just keep you honest, right? So put 2 of them on your back cap, and now suddenly you have to put 3 there to score, and they're still throwing 2 will throw 16 black dice at range 2. It's hitting hard. So, yeah, I'm not saying that they're going to be in every list, but I think that what we saw this weekend is they can be effective. So,
I've been playing around with ideas of also throwing the Saboteur on there and start throwing out mines, because you get them speed 3 out there with the scout. Just start throwing down mines, and a lot of people are bringing melee skews. So now you're either limiting the direction they're coming at you, or they're risking mines, which is great.
Yeah. Careful in skirmish. That Sheldon did have a mine scout. He scouted 3. I recon intel Wookiees, and then meleeed them off the table, Act 1. But the premise was there. So just be very careful that that range, that up close and personal ban can be dangerous for melee, because that is one thing. They're not bad in shooting. They're pretty weak when it comes to getting meleeed. So do need to be.
They die real quick.
Yeah, they do die real quick. Although Ryan had a bit of a fit with them in his game as well when he played. He played the eventual winner in game 2 on stream, I think, is when his game's on there. So that was on Intercept as well. So, Pally, that stream table was not kind to Ryan. Yeah, or Pally wasn't kind to Ryan. One of the two, I forget. Might have been a combination thereof, both. So.
I just ripped things off the board. What can I say?
Yeah. All right, folks. Last thoughts as we wrap up here. It's a good recap. It's a good event. It was awesome. I would suggest if anybody didn't get to go but was considering it, I don't think you'd have a bad time going there. I would gladly go again for sure.
Yeah, it was super fun.
Fun location. The event was great. Florp did a great job running the event. I didn't hear many disputes, or I think he said something like, do you guys remember how many judge calls he said he had over the
48,
42?
Yeah, something like
42
judge calls over the course of 2 days, 6 games each player. So that's not too bad. I think players were able to resolve quite a few of any of the questions that came up. So
yeah, he did a great job
for sure. All right, next events on the horizon. B, got any events upcoming or planning to attend?
Next big one I'm going to is the Atlantic City Open.
Okay, Atlantic City. When is Atlantic City?
June, the second weekend of June.
June, second weekend? Okay,
9th
perfect.
or something, whatever that is.
Okay. Yeah, Striker, you know what? I was chatting to some folks after the event, and I did get out, I think I got out 2 sets of the sleeves. So I think I still have one, and so it's just going to roll into some Friday Night Fights giveaways. So, yeah.
To be fair, I don't think Sean was counting on getting stuck behind the bully barrier the entire time.
It's just me back there. Yeah. Although it was actually quite nice. It was great to have my setup back there. It was kind of acted sort of in a way where I was like out of sight, out of mind. So I was feeling comfortable. If I had to walk away for leaving the equipment there, left everything back there, was fine. So, and it was kind of nice that I was overly reliant on what I could see, because then I could just describe things as everyone else was seeing. So I didn't feel like I had extra intel. So I did go around, and players were very gracious in clarifying or filling me in on things. So which is good. And occasionally I could shout out over the barrier if there was something I needed to know. So yeah, it was great.
All right.
Lone Star Open back in Dallas, end of July for Travis. Pally, what's your next event?
I'll have to ask my boss if I can get more days off, or I have to develop a cold for a weekend.
Okay, and by boss you mean real boss and not wife. Gotcha.
Okay. That one too, but I gotta ask the one that pays the paycheck before I ask the one who tells me what I have to do.
Fair enough. Before the one that will let you out of the basement. Got it. And Anthony, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? You talked into Gen Con yet, or what?
It's definitely it's definitely on the list right now.
Cool. You want to fly together, buddy?
No, I will never fly with you again.
Okay.
Well,
so
I don't know
you don't have to be so matter of fact about it.
I don't know if you flew with Sean as much as like adjacent to Sean.
At a certain point, I think Anthony was my service human. I think just
yes, that's more like what I was. I was the service human. Yeah, I was the plane holder.
Yeah, he was the guy that was gonna be making the one phone call that I was not allowed to be making. So that's what Anthony was while we were traveling. So yeah,
I actually completely forgot. I'm gonna be a bug eater. I think that's next month or the month after over in Omaha.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm still struggling with the name Bug Eater.
You know what?
Every time
I
hear
am
it.
too, but I'm just gonna roll with it now. I don't. It's whatever.
Yeah. Michael recommending Gen Con. Yeah, that is probably going to be my next plan. I'm hoping to go. Worlds invites are on the line, I'm hearing. So
I'll tell you what, Smith. If you
I
can
gotta.
figure out how to get me paid out for the rest of the year when I don't have a job, I'll go to Gen Con.
If only
Yeah,
there
I
was
think
something you
I
could tap
think my
into.
first order of business is increasing my speed of play before I go to Gen Con.
Yes.
Or just learning to win on turn 3.
He has
Yes,
to actually
that would
get
work.
to turn 3 in his games in order to
Well,
win on
I
turn
get
3.
the turn 3. It's it's that turn 5 is I take too long. I gotta speed it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
So
invite Jamie over just to stand behind you all the time, Anthony. Say, hurry up, Anthony. I want to go to the whatever, movies, car, restaurant, etc. Just speeding Anthony up. Yeah.
So, regarding our own little tournament here, or the league, I've been getting a lot of questions, Sean. When are we going to
Oh.
start allowing Shadow Collective units?
Oh yeah. I saw some people. I think it
when
was like
they're
available.
live.
Yeah. I think I think like street date is live date. I think so. Do you think, Anthony, it'll be fair?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think as soon as people can buy them, then we can start playing with them. So. Are people like that interested in that, or I'm not going to hard switch over to Shadow Collective probably.
There's a lot of interest there. I don't think I'm hard switching to Shadow Collective. I'm definitely going to start fiddling with Pikes in a Gar list because Pikes and Rex just look fun.
I'm certainly hard switching Maul.
Oh, for the new Maul.
Yeah.
Are you going to play a boss
6
too,
command
Anthony?
cards.
You can play a boss.
Well, I'm going to be playing Maul, and it's going to be all 6 Maul command cards.
Okay.
You'd have to play Shadow Collective then.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Those cards the other 3 cards are exclusive to Shadow Collective Maul.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, you heard it here first. Anthony's going to get into the heavy category.
Reggie.
Uh-oh. Man, those guys in their heavy crutches. Ridiculous. All right, folks. Well, that's that. The league is open. Games can start tomorrow. Lists are due tonight. Anthony, do you need me to remind you later? Or are you good?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
To give everybody a count here, you have 1 hour and 34 minutes to get them into me. I will be sleeping, but they're time stamped.
Oh.
There's still 2.5 hours left in this day.
Not by my clock, buddy.
We're going by Ark in Kansas time here.
Ark in Kansas time. All right.
So, hour 34 minutes to get them in, and then after that, you're gonna have to deal with Sean because that's not my department.
Yeah,
it's gonna take me at least 1 hour and 36 minutes.
All right. Like I said, you're gonna have to deal with Sean. That's not my department.
Anthony,
Take it easy, Smith.
You're just copying and pasting mine. So do you want me to just send it in with your name on it, or?
And then, like
actually, mine was 11 acts. Okay, so mine is Iden without the droid, and then I've got the same special forces, triple dewbacks, and then two naked shores with two mortars.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, I'm looking.
Exactly 800 points.
I don't have a list here, so all of that is false until submitted.
That's right, because I'm probably changing it now.
He's up to 14 points worth of hard fouls at this point. So.
Oh yeah, fantastic. Wow. So like I said, folks, I got a long day at work tomorrow, so I'll get on
those lists
doing. I'll get on converting them to the standardized format and then putting them in the round 2 list channel that I will create tomorrow evening.
Do we have permissions for people to post in the appropriate channels yet?
Oh, absolutely. I did that the moment you announced them. People are already chatting.
Oh, good. All right. I got to get done this stream. I got to get in and start the smack talk right away.
as soon as groups were revealed, I got folks in there, got them the permissions. Everything's good to go.
Perfect. I'm just gonna
See you, Michael.
I'm gonna put this out right now. Just got to find the group here. What group is Poser in here? Oh yeah,
There he is.
Group C, Endor. Just
Bounty.
letting Endor know. I'm probably going to be in your chat quite a bit.
I am looking forward to Ladies' Night crushing middle.
Oh, Ladies' Night, yeah, Ladies' Night crushing middle management is a stream I want to see. If Ryan's playing middle management, I don't know if he is, but
hold on. I don't actually remember what to play. That's just the two lists that they take everywhere they go with them.
I would be shocked if Ben is not playing Ladies' Night. But I don't know.
I don't remember.
Well,
that's what he beat up on Jace with, right?
Yeah.
This is the problem. There's too many people with too many lists.
You played Ben as well?
Yeah, I was in that group.
Right.
Ben and Jace group.
Gotcha. Yeah, you were in the best Ben best group, right? Now what do you have to say though? Now I'm curious. Now are you just abandoning the original Best Ben as the best group and going hard on Team Yavin, or
Bestin will always be the best group.
Oh.
So it's clearly so good we didn't need it this time.
Oh. Yeah, I think Anthony's in Bespin. Are you in it, Bespin, Anthony? Oh no, he's Coruscant. We have Coruscant. Did we take Bespin out entirely? Oh, we got rid of it entirely. Yeah,
the group was too good. It couldn't be repeated.
That is true. So,
Striker
saying smack talk on standby. Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like everybody's list in Ryan's group is in.
Okay.
I don't think either one of them are here, so whatever.
Yep.
That is Ladies' Night.
Wow, flexing hard, Pally, just going full admin here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That is Ladies' Night. Middle management though looks a little different.
Okay, what's he got going on there?
He brought 3 E-webs instead of dues.
It's the only appropriate response to that.
Let's see.
3 E-webs.
2 snipers.
Let me guess. He probably brought bombing run, intercept, all the best missions for E-webs.
So, I will not be telling you what those are because those are not public information. But
we'll give you everything else, including command head.
It's interesting.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the right choice. One, because it's Ryan. But it.
Because it's E-webs.
You know it's low hanging fruit because Travis is very chill and very very like down the road. I will offend no one. But Travis has just jumped in on this trash talk here. Just pointing that out. And now I've pointed it out on stream. So, yeah, nice. Try hard with those E-webs. I agree, Travis. I agree. Wow.
This may be a game that we need to see if Striker can
we need to see
because it looks like it's gonna be interesting.
All the games. If people are just looking, just post it up because there's lots of people I'm sure that would just be willing to just host a stream. So
I think so. We have 9 groups. That's 54 games, but one group has 5 people. So I think that's 58 games.
Right.
That should get played. There were supposed to be 60 last round, but life happens.
Yeah.
So, but I think this round, for being down a group, we're at 58 games that need to get played.
I was kind of saying that, like, I think what happened in round 1 is people were eager, but I actively feel where people participated in a band, then actively signed up for 2, and then we have the listen. That to me kind of indicates that we're starting to round out kind of our group of people who are going to kind of play it. And that's not to say we can't add, subtract for sure down the road, but I felt like round 1 was always going to be a bit of a teething period, but I feel like the ongoing rounds will be quite active, I think. And like I said, we lost a few people who are just out for a round and we'll jump back in. So I feel like we'll continue to build some momentum here.
The other thing is hi Kat. There's some folks that were calling for region-based groupings.
Yeah.
If y'all want that to happen, you need to get your friends in here because we need more players to make that happen.
Yeah, with our random groupings, we're not really in a position where we can randomly assign multiple Europeans. It would be one European with multiple other Americans. which is basically what it is right now without saying we have any groupings. So,
yeah. Right. So we would need a much larger base to be able to make that happen. And even then it would need some work.
Yeah. So we'll get there. You guys are the ones that'll make that happen. We're not opposed to it, but it's not really feasible
we hear you.
or worthwhile. Yeah. We got you.
So
and,
please,
maps,
everybody,
maps.
Maps. I'm still waiting on a couple more lists, so no.
Okay.
Yes,
yeah, I don't
but
know.
no.
He's really flexing that admin status hard tonight, real hard. I like it.
I mean, I would put my list in if this cast would, I've got to get off here first.
Okay, there. Just filling up the social calendar here. Jeez, Anthony's got a busy evening here at 9:30. Truthfully, he's going to get off, check his blood sugar, and go to sleep, old man. We know, Pally and I've seen this nighttime routine already. You're not pulling any fast ones on us. Yeah, I'd have to turn Anthony's audio down if he fell asleep. Good God. Yeah. Don't worry, Dallas. You're good for firewood. Anthony's already sawed all the logs. Yeah, by the way, just if this wasn't 2 hours of why never to travel with anybody from the Friday Night Fights crew, it's been confirmed. So, all right, guys. Well, B, thanks for hanging out and filling the box for us up there and giving us your list, and hopefully everything goes well for you in Yavin. Treat the planet well.
I don't expect to win any games.
It's green this time of year, so that's what we're hearing. So, you don't expect to win any?
No.
Oh.
I've never played this list before. I'm just having fun with it.
I mean, you got Vader. It's pretty point and shoot.
Vader.
Oh yeah,
and
no.
Iden seems.
I've played Vader before. I haven't played him with all this stuff around him. So
yeah, it's not unnecessary. That's all fodder anyway. It's fear and dead men. Just fear and dead men. Just point Vader and just go win. So you'll be fine. So Anthony, hopefully you do well. Coattailing off my list pick here. So completely.
I'm changing lists now.
Oh, he's changing it. Okay. What are you running?
I'm changing list
Triple
now.
E-webs?
No. Never.
Can't wait to see what Anthony submits.
You'll see. I gotta go figure something out now. I guess I'll play Gar.
Oh, wow. You're going that crutch. Great. I heard Rex is good this time of year. All right. Thanks a lot, Pally, for all the behind-the-scenes work, and good luck in your first round. You got a long way to go to catch Anthony and I in the points, so.
Or I could just get into the stats channel and accidentally delete all your points.
That's true. Just delete that 1 to the 0 put us pretty significantly down the list. So, in which case, you can drop me into Yavin, please. I'm gonna go. I'll go play B here as he exits stage right. All right, guys. That's a wrap for us. We'll be back. Probably on Tuesday. Tuesday we'll come back and talk about all the new things, the malls and the pikes and the Black Suns and whatever else drops between now and then. We'll talk about how awesome that Cash a Dodge token is going to be for the Rebels. Wow.
Yep.
And if we get any more articles, we'll talk about that. And we'll have not 1 week, but we'll have the first 4 days of the league in, and Pally will have at least one game he can drop into the chat maybe and tell us about. So. And then hopefully I also have a game. I might schedule one tomorrow. I'm going to go find somebody right now. I'm going to schedule one with Jace. Just not tell him. And then he's going to be in
Look at this. I already have a game scheduled while doing back-end admin work, and Anthony still doesn't have his list in.
That's true. We better get off here. Because Anthony's down to 27 seconds to get his list in. So, all right, guys. Have a great night. Thanks for wearing your jerseys, everyone but Anthony. And we'll see you guys all next week. All right. Cheers.
See you later.
See you, everybody.